Hello friends, my name is Coolio and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're taking a first look impressions video for the global release for Skylanders Rings of Heroes. Now, I actually have already done a first impressions video for this game a couple of months ago when the game kind of went into a early release where it released in different countries but not globally. Well, the game just released globally as of last night, and so I decided to jump in, start playing on a new account, and been going through it. Now, from my early impressions from my very first video that I did, and I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to go and watch that, where I probably go a little bit more in depth with the game than I'm going to do with this video, I have noticed there are some slight tweaks here and there that the game has done since my my initial impressions of the game. Basically, mainly like little UI elements here and there, but nothing super significant. Now, the main draw to this game is it was made by the developers that made Summoners Wars, and it's got the Skylanders IP to back it up. So essentially, the reason why you want to play this game, it's almost exactly like Summoners War 2.0. Like, if you played that game, this game's going to be very, very similar to that. So if you like Summoners Wars and their style of gameplay, then you're going to love this game. If you love the Skylanders IP, you're going to love this game. Other than that, a lot of the other things in this game are pretty basic to your own general gacha hero collector style of gameplay. So let's go ahead and actually just jump in and show you guys some of the combat that this game has to offer. Now, the game does have some pretty interesting elements when it comes to the combat system in the game. Essentially, it's a turn-based style combat system, but mixed in real time, which I'll kind of do my best to explain it once we actually get into it. Now, when you go through all these different stages, and as you're playing through them, stages 1 through 6, you have the opportunity or the luck to be able to acquire shards for 2 different characters. Right now, I've got Bad Juju and Blades as 2 of the characters I could possibly acquire shards for. And then the final stage for this area, for at least the next about 11 hours, I can, if I'm lucky, get shards for Thunderbolt. Now, in regards to being a free-to-play game, free-to-play versus pay-to-win, it's more of a game, I want to call it a Western release style of gacha game. Games similar to Summoners War, Hero Hunters, Marvel Strike Force. Those games where you collect shards for characters. There's a slow but steady progression through the game as you slowly play through it, acquiring more and more characters, little shards here and there. It's a game that's going to take some time and possibly a little bit of your money. So let's go ahead and actually jump into the game and actually see what we can do. So when you first jump in and you're setting up your team, you can take out to 3 different heroes into the match. You can have 2 spectators, which essentially means those characters will also gain a little bit of experience as well. So if you got a character that maybe not good at this specific area, you can swap them and put them in the spectator area so they at least gain a little bit of experience here and there. And then you've got your evil companion or your evil minion companion, which is basically kind of like a leader skill that you summon onto the field, and depending on which one that you summon, it does specific effects. The one that I've got right now is Broccoli Guy, which does a little bit of healing, so I've added him onto my team, even though I do need to kind of level him up right now. Then you can check out the different monsters that you're going to be fighting off on the right and their total power level. Your characters on the left. Now you can actually, one thing that's kind of cool about this game is if you select one of the skills for your characters, you can actually go in and swap the skills out. So some characters will have more skills than other. Some skills unlock as you progress and upgrade those specific characters. And you can kind of customize them that way on what abilities you want to work with specific characters. For example, this guy, he's got an ability that makes him so he doesn't do anything for 9 seconds as he charges up and then releases an attack. And then I've got this girl right here, which I'm actually going to go ahead and move over and replace for my stealth elf, Smolder Dash. She has an ability almost exactly, like pretty similar to the other one where she has to charge up for 9 seconds. However, because I've got the other guy that's got that, I don't want her to do that because it kind of wastes a lot of DPS. So I'm going to unequip that and equip the Solar Flare ability, which does damage to all enemies instead. So now you can see I've got my team all set up. I've swapped some characters in and out, and I am good to go ahead and start the combat scenario. So I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off auto combat and ×2 speed. You can see the abilities down at the bottom. Now the abilities, you can activate any ability whenever you want as long as there's mana available for you to use. For example, you could have one of your characters use 2 of their abilities right in a row and you don't have to wait till it's their turn. You just, as long as you've got the mana to do it, your characters can go ahead and use their abilities and attack the enemy. So we're going to go ahead and just finish and go through this battle real quick. And hopefully be able to finish this off. Now, when I played the game when it released in Canada, that was where my main account was. I played a lot of it on auto. Auto combat in this game is actually pretty good. So So I'm gonna most likely just play this game through auto. However, you will come across stages where your guys may not be strong enough to compete against it. So you'll have to take over and really strategize, especially against some of like the harder dungeons for materials and things like that. So let's go ahead and activate a couple of these abilities. And you can see I don't have enough mana to use one of my abilities that got grayed out, but once I've got enough mana that kind of pops up, I can go ahead and activate that. He activates his Light Spear ability just after. Now, the weird thing about his charge ability, my middle guy, is when I activate it and it charges up, it doesn't automatically use it. I have to actually tap on it again for it to use it, which can be slightly annoying, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the rest of this combat. Summon my little broccoli dude, have him cast a little healing ability, and then we're gonna move on to the next stage. Now, one thing that is a little annoying is as you're moving through these different stages, for example, if you have a character that has a buff ability that's been applied to them, that buff goes away if they've cleared the previous stage and they move on to the next one. So buffs do not carry on to the next stages. Charge abilities do not carry on to the next stages as well, which can be slightly annoying, but it's more of a nitpicky thing when it comes to the combat system. So I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on autoplay, let my characters go through and finish off the rest of this battle real quick. Finishing off these monsters, taking them down, and there we go. Finish it off. Yay! Part 1 quest has now been completed. Now, I do have a huge major tip for those of you guys that want to get the most out of this game, is that the game will have a questing function, this quest system that you can go through, which I'm going to show you right now, that you will play through. Now, with this questing system, as you're playing through it, for example, this one says, use a blue potion on a companion villain 3 times. Let's say before I even got to this stage, I used 3 blue potions on a minion. It's not going to count towards this one. So you can end up wasting materials, wasting shards, wasting power-ups if you're not going through this meticulously, taking it one stage at a time. And trust me, the progression will feel so much better if you're going through this. You feel like you're not going to be wasting a lot of materials, and you're not going to feel like you're backtracking a lot because, you know, you get to a stage and you're like, oh my gosh, I just used a whole bunch of materials on that. I should have saved it for this specific quest. So I'm going to go click in here, go over to my minion, go to my broccoli guy. I almost said broccoli Bob. Use this a couple of times, power him up, and I can now go back and claim my rewards. Now, one thing that I really like about this game is when it comes, and I talked about the free-to-play fairness of this game, I have to say a lot of 3-star and 4-star characters in this game are actually really viable and really, really good characters. Now, when I played the game over on my other account, I had my Stealth Elf, my 3-star character, she's actually a free character that you get right off the start of the game. She is a super high damaging character, and she's fantastic. She's a character that stuck on my team for a really, really long time, and I can promise you she is a great character to acquire. Now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump over and kind of finish the rest of this video off by doing some summons. And like I said, if you want to see a more in-depth guide to a lot of the mechanics that this game has, go ahead and watch my previous video. We're going to finish this off by doing some summons. And the game has some pretty interesting mechanics when it comes to the summoning feature in this game. Yes, you do have to summon shards for the monsters, which I'm not the biggest fan. In fact, I would rather just summon the character right off the bat. I'm not the biggest fan of summoning for shard pieces for a character. I think that's just kind of a money-grabbing kind of tactic. However, there is, in this game, they do give you kind of a weird, interesting chance where when you summon a character, some characters may have their shards duplicated, and you can automatically get them for free, which is kind of a way to subside the fact that you're summoning shards as a little bit of a leeway to the kind of system that they're working with. So let's go ahead. We're just going to use all of them on this ultra premium summon right here. They do have this thing where if you summon it a certain amount of times, you will get those enhanced shards things more often. So once I think it's 3 times summon, so 2 more after, or 1 more after this, I should get a higher chance of unlocking shards for a character. So you should see. So got a couple of, oh, look at that. Oh, we might actually have just unlocked a legendary character. That is awesome. That's what I'm talking about. You can see that kind of like multiplied. Got a couple of epics, light hex. Oh, we just need 5 more for blackout. Oh, so close. So it says right here down at the bottom, I need to do it 1 more time to get my 3-point reward. So here we go. Let's see what it actually works. This is my first time seeing how this function kind of works. So we got Nightlight, a legendary character. We've got another epic character with Chopped Scotch. Another legendary. It's Blackout. Yes, we've just unlocked Blackout. That is awesome. Lightning Rod. We probably just unlocked Lightning Rod, which is awesome as well. Let's see what this next one is. Wash Buckler. And then we've got Light Flash Wing. And then a rare, and then Gil Grunt. Now, one thing that Oh my gosh, we need one more for Blackout. That is the worst. Okay, so one thing I will say about this is compared to a lot of other games where you summon characters like this, I feel like when you do these like larger summons, you don't get as many shards as this game offers you. At least to me personally, I feel like this game gives you more shards than a lot of other games. So we're gonna go ahead and summon Lightning Rod. We just got a new character, which is great. A water or an air-based character who looks super awesome. And he's an attack character, and I do need an attack character right now, so I'm probably gonna add him onto my team. And it looks like I actually have enough shards to enhance him even further. Let's go ahead and claim, head back, and I believe I can now claim my 3-star or my 3 summon reward. See what that is. I think it's gonna be an instant character. Ember times up to 50. And we can summon her. Awesome. So we just got another legendary character. I've got so many fire characters right now, it's ridiculous. And she looks super cool though. Is she a 5-star? That is my very first 5-star character I've ever gotten. And that mechanic that I just showed you right there, that's actually new. I don't remember that in the Canadian release. So that's great. Just got a new character. Definitely going to put her onto my team. I believe it's a she. And then let's go ahead and finish off. We got 2 more summons. In fact, I'm going to get another another reward after these 2 more summons. So that is great. Got Dive Clops, another epic character, Shadow Spitfire. I'm hoping to get just a few more shards for Blackout. That's what I'm looking for. Pit Boss, got a rare Stealth Elf, which is great. I do need some for her. They do give you quite a bit simply by playing through the game. We've got our upgrade with Light Jet Vac. Kind of an interesting name. Light Flashwing. We can now summon Light Jet Vac. Let's go ahead and do that. Wow, we've gotten 3 new heroes by doing this summon. That is awesome. And a new light-based character as well. So welcome, support character. He looks super cool. And let's go ahead. We got 1 more to do this, and then we can go ahead and claim a new, I believe we should get another legendary character. So got a couple more epics. Fiesta, that looks really cool. And they do have, and one thing, like when you're playing a game, it all comes down to like how cool some of these characters are. And like I said, if you like Skylanders and that whole IP, you're gonna love this game because some of the characters are absolutely so flipping cool. So got some for Fling Kong. So there we go. We can now summon Fling Kong, which is kind of a fun name. A new air-based character. Welcome to the team. Just a 2-star, nothing super fancy. But now we can go ahead and claim another premium legendary character. It's not a legendary. It's just a premium, an epic. Freeze Blade, up to 40, and I believe we should be able to summon him now. A water-based character. So welcome to the team. And there you go. A new 4-star attack-based character, which is awesome. So guys, there you go. That is Skylanders Ring of Heroes. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to stay up to date in the latest in mobile gaming. All right, friends, I'll see you next time.